You do like a statement. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
You ready? Okay. Good morning. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. Thank you for being here. Just keep your audio on mute and connect your video if you're able while we do the opening remarks. I do want to let you know a few things as we get started. Again, my name is Judge Person. This is the Temple Municipal Court. And I want to let you know that when you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that we have under the law for accusing someone. That is what a ticket is. It is an accusation. And your plea is your answer or response to that accusation. There are three options for entering a plea: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Now, our law presumes that we are not guilty. If you enter a plea of guilty, though, that changes that presumption. If you enter a plea of no contest, that changes that presumption. And I want to just visit with you briefly about what those pleas mean and the direction that each plea will take you and what options you have along the way. Okay? So there will be an opportunity as I talk to each person about their case, if you want to ask questions about either your situation or just generally. I'll take those questions when it's your turn. Okay? And everybody can have that opportunity. And I will listen and respond in the way that I'm allowed to do. So again, I'm the judge of the court. One thing I want to let you know, if you plead guilty, you are saying, I did this, okay? A plea of no contest is not saying I did or did not do it. It's simply saying, I'm not contesting the matter, Judge. I can move forward today, okay, with sentencing. If you plead not guilty, you're contesting the charge. Ultimately, you're asking the state to prove the case against you because you do not agree. And what will happen at that point is that you will be scheduled for a pretrial process and then ultimately for trial. Okay, so there's a Zoom pretrial that gives folks an opportunity to go ahead and air their case a little bit if they want to with the city's prosecutor. That is meeting today, that docket. And Ms. Warren is here. She is the city's prosecutor. Thank you, Ms. Warren. And she will actually go into a breakout room with you and meet with you and discuss what your options are with regard to her. She usually will give you her position on the case and let you know that she's reviewed the case and whether she feels she has a case or not. But that will happen today for those who are already signed up for that. If you're pleading not guilty for the first time, we're going to schedule that meeting and we're going to schedule the final meeting. Everyone who's scheduled to meet with Ms. Warren today as part of their pretrial is also currently scheduled to come back on a comeback date here in the courtroom. It's a live hearing, and we are conducting those. If your case is resolved today, that cancels that meeting. If your case is not resolved today, you're going to need to be here because now we're heading that case further toward trial. And I need to set up a bond, get your court date to you, talk to you about rights and options at the trial point. Okay. So there is a two-step process here. But we are allowed to do one of them in the comfort of your home or what have you. And so I will start scheduling that if you're pleading not guilty. Those who are here for that docket, I'm about to break that room out and we'll get that docket started in just a few moments. Mr. Little, I need you to find a place to sit down and stop showing us parts of your face. It's extremely distracting. And really, this is a courtroom, and I actually expect everybody to behave as if it's a courtroom. So let's you find a place to sit, please, and conduct court, okay? And I'll stop your video in a moment if that can't be accomplished and see if you can sit. Okay, and so if you plead guilty or no contest, remember guilty as I did it, no contest is I'm not contesting it. I'm going to move you towards sentencing. With sentencing, what I'll tell you is that you will be looking at fines and costs. This is a Class C court. The cases here result in fines and costs. If you can't pay them or have difficulty pay them, we have those financial forms. That's one of the reasons that we get those. We get those for a number of reasons. And I'll look at the information. That's really person by person. But when I talk to you about the fines and costs and give you a number today, that's just the preset fine. And I can look at that with you. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. But normally what we're really looking at there is whether a person, can pay at that point if you've pled guilty or no contest. We're also at that point looking at not just the person's, Mr. Roderick Davis, Mr. Davis, you need to pull over. I'm stopping your video. I'll check in a moment. And if you're still driving on a video call, I'm going to have to make you leave.
Yes, ma'am. I apologize for the inconvenience because they sent me the wrong link.
I understand. I'm holding court. You're late. I get why. I got the reason it came over. But the reality is you may be late, but you're also driving a car with a camera on. And that's illegal. You need to pull over. Don't unmute. You need to pull over. So if you plead guilty or no contest, I'm going to begin sentencing. Now, there's still 4 ways to gain a dismissal, but the general rule in law is that you are found guilty and you pay those fines and costs. And what I will tell you is there's still 4 ways to gain a dismissal. Mr. Davis, I'm going to ask you to call back when you're no longer driving. So normally you're found guilty and you pay the fines and costs. Then there are still 4 ways to gain a dismissal, okay? 1 is a driver safety course option. 2 is if you have something that can be dismissed through what we call compliance. 3 is if you have something that can be dismissed through we're having all kinds of distractions today. 3 is if you do a deferred disposition, and 4 is if you qualify for teen court. Now, compliance dismissals are things that the law designates can be dismissed by bringing the situation up to date. If you have something like that, I will tell you it's normally equipment type violations. The driver safety course requires that you be to court on time and that you have a regular Class C license or be active military or dependent. And there are further requirements, and I will screen your case and see if you're eligible automatically, okay? On the first 2, the compliance and the driver safety course option, I automatically start screening your case to see if you qualify. On the second option, you've got something called a deferred disposition. And the deferred disposition is the type of case where you're on what appears like probation, and there's a period of good behavior, sometimes a class, a record, we sort out fines and costs, and you can't get any more tickets or get arrested the whole time. If you successfully complete your deferred disposition, you gain a dismissal of your ticket. It is a good option where the other two don't fit, because we're looking at the total amount of your fines and costs at that point. And the other two represent a price savings, the driving course and the dismissal for compliance. So if you qualify for one of those two or don't qualify, then the third option would be to look at a deferred. A deferred disposition you can have in a Class C court by entering a plea of guilty or no contest, asking for a deferred disposition, and having the judge grant the request. You may also discuss deferred dispositions with the prosecutor, who can offer those, and I will normally approve them if both you and she agree, okay? And that's another a way to get to that, okay? But you are pleading guilty and no contest, you can ask me directly, okay, in most cases. And then the fourth option would be if you qualify for teen court because you are a middle school, high school, or homeschooled for a high school diploma student, okay? And that's called teen court. Normally there are classes involved. There are lesser fees involved, and the focus is on the young person being responsible, getting things done, and learning enough that we don't see them as a repeat offender in this court, okay? So those are your 4 ways to gain a dismissal in a Class C court without going to trial. If you go to trial and you're found not guilty, that's a dismissal because you won. If you go to trial and are found guilty, though, that's not a dismissal, okay? That's just taking that hit, okay? So just be aware where your plea will take you. I can't give you legal advice, but I can tell you the practical effect of the law, okay? Now, there are a few people that came in late, and I just want to figure them out. Some of them I can't identify. I see one gentleman labeled CP3705AS. Gentleman has on a white mask. Looks like a blue sweatshirt. I'm seeing half of your face. Can you hear me? I've just asked you to please unmute so I can see you. Could you tell me your name, please? Yes, what is your name, please?
Quint,
Quint?
Cornelius Green.
Cornelius what?
Cornelius Green, like the color.
Green. Mr. Green, thank you. Now I see you. And I'm just going to put that name. You're here for a pretrial. Okay, great. Thank you. Let me go ahead and remute you for now. Mr. Lytle, I hope that you've managed to get your situation calmed down with your video. I'm going to ask the person who has a phone number ending 670 to please unmute and tell me your name. Phone number 6 ending in 670, please tell me your name. Hello, on the phone, 670. I've asked you to unmute. Can you hear us? I'm going to actually have to ask you to identify yourself.
Ma'am, I have unmuted my phone as far as I can tell, okay?
Yes, please tell me your name.
Ronald Hatley.
Mr. Hatley, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
There, now I've got you identified. We won't lose track of you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll remute you for now, but we will get back to you. A phone is appropriate, it's fine, but we need to be able to communicate. So that's what I'm trying to do. Let's see. If I call your name, and let me let this person come in, Kendall's phone. Who's that? Let's see, Kendall. There, Kendall Gates. if I call your name, it's because I don't see you here. So if I call your name, raise your hand because it means that I think you're not here. Jonesy Shelton, are you here? There you are. Okay. You came in late. And Gates came in late as well. Braden Miller, are you here? No. Courtney Mayer, did I see you come in? No. Mia Long, there you are. You came in late. You're here. Roderick Davis hopefully will be back shortly. He was driving a car illegally on a cell phone. Okay, and then we have Samuel Fleming. Are you here? And Charles Woolfolk. Are you here, sir? Okay, seeing no hands, I'm going to move forward and we'll see if those folks, well, I'll have to talk to them about. Being a few minutes late is not desirable, but it happens. But folks who don't show up, you wind up with a warrant. And we were not trying to do that, but that really has to do with whether you decide you're going to honor the, commitment to come to court. You're required by law to do so. Now I'm going to open up the pretrial docket, and that means that Ms. Warren first will go to that room. And Ms. Warren, I'm sending that invitation. What? No, yeah, it moved. Yeah, just ignore it. It's a little bit not populating. It's not letting me. I haven't had this happen before. It's just saying you didn't join. I'm going to close all those rooms and try that again. It'll bounce everybody out of there. I think I just clicked too quickly through the process, and it's going to take a minute to shut down. It put everybody in a room. Hopefully people will come back. Wow. I had that happen once before. And it's not showing me that room, so I'm not able to. Apologies for that, a little technical problem. And it'll come back in a minute. That's why I say it can happen that people are late for a lot of reasons, and technical difficulties can definitely be one of them. But definitely don't want to see you driving a car on a phone. Hopefully Mr. Davis was able to get that situation resolved. Hi, Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis, were you able to pull over? I'm sorry, you'll need to unmute.
Ma'am, I'm not.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yes. Were you able to get
Okay, yes, I
safely?
apologize. Yes,
Were you
ma'am.
Great. Okay, great. I can't have you driving on a video call on a cell phone. I can't sit there and let that happen. Okay, so just stay safe, please. And I'll need you pulled over, okay, to do the meeting. All right?
Ma'am, I'm not driving.
You were, though.
I am on a house phone.
I understand. But when I watched you, you were driving a vehicle. So let's not do that again, please. Okay, so I'm going to now try that breakout room again. We'll see if we can get that to happen.
Judge Person, may I ask a question?
Okay.
This is Mary Beth Scott.
Yes.
Are you going to take the docket in the way it's listed or alphabetically? I've got a docket call right next door to where I am. And if I could have about 5 minutes just to run in and answer docket call, I'll come right back. Would that work?
Yes. Yeah, Ms. Scott, you're
Yes,
an attorney and you're going to step
Yes.
in another courtroom for a moment?
Yes, just right. I just need about 5 minutes. Would that be okay?
I think that you can do that. Come on back and
Okay.
I'll wait on your case for now.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So let me get that breakout room to try to open. There we go. This time it worked. Sorry? Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that. Sorry, I'm having a bit of difficulty. It's putting everybody into a breakout room. And it won't let me close that immediately. And it won't let me go in and reassign them out. So we just have to wait that out.
Hello? Hello?
Right. Yes, just please wait a moment. We're having some technical difficulties on the administrative side over here. Okay, it's wrapping up. Just please stay muted. Okay. I'm going to try this one more time. First of all, let's go ahead and change that. I'm just checking the settings for the meeting. Okay. All right, Ms. Warren, sending you an invitation to a breakout room. And your first person is Mary Scott. She was actually first. So we're going to skip that right now and go to Matthew Gate.
I'm back, Your Honor.
Okay.
And they'd like it for me to exit this room so the defendants can talk to their lawyers. So I'd be happy to go ahead and go if that's possible.
Well, you actually have a pretrial right now.
Right, I mean, go on to the breakout room with Miss Warren.
I've sent you that invitation, so you'll just need
Okay.
to accept it, but you'll have to come back in here.
Okay, I don't see my invitation.
Ms. Warren, do you see yours? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to delete that room. And I'm going to delete that room. And I'm going to add a room now. Huh. Delete. Yes. Breakout room not started. Okay, here we go. Got it. All right. Let's give it a minute. So let's try it.
I don't have an invitation.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've told you I'm having technical difficulties, but it's hard to explain it and try to solve it at the same time.
Yeah. There we go. I got it.
Great. Okay, let's go. Finally resolved. Thank you. Sorry for all of that. Mr. Green, are you a passenger in a moving vehicle? Okay. Folks, it's a courtroom. And I expect people to act like they're in a courtroom. If you were here, you wouldn't be in a car driving along. So let's get you to pull over, Mr. Green, whoever's driving. Y'all get that solved. For now, I'm just going to mute your video since you don't appear to be driving. I guess I need to tell people it's actually illegal to drive a vehicle and operate a phone if you're the driver, okay, in Texas. So let's learn that today, if nothing else. All right, let me get the folks on the pretrial in order. The order on the pretrial is Mary Scott, Mr. Gainey, Mr. Green, Mr. Hatley. Green. Happening. And then I'm going to start with Tatum Morris. Good morning, Miss Morris. My name is Jess Person. How are you doing today?
Good.
Great. And is that your dad?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then you are 16 today, is that correct? Miss Tatum, how old are you today?
16.
Okay. And you are here for a speeding ticket, as I see. And Robinson High School is your school. Is that in Robinson, Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The speeding charge, if you paid the ticket, is $264, and the date that they charged you with that is March 27th. Do you understand what you're being charged with?
Yes, ma'am.
Your pleading form has said that you are pleading guilty. Do I have that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that you are requesting teen court?
Yes.
Okay. So confirming that plea, I will enter that plea and I will order teen court. Are you able to pay the teen court fee today of $20?
Yes.
Okay. And you can pay it online or by phone. We'll sort that out in just a moment. I'm going to assign you a class that is designed for younger people, a driver safety type class. And really, I'm going to want that class back by May 25th.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, the teen court coordinator wanted to ask me if she could make a recommendation. She's off screen, but she's here. Let me just see what that is and I'll talk to you about what she says. Okay. So there's a class, but she's also requesting an essay. How long is that thing? It's a 3-page essay, and we'll give you the topic has to do with, the consequence of driving. And it's because you were 27 miles over the posted speed limit, which I do see. So are you willing to do the class and the essay?
Ma'am.
Yes? Okay. And that's due on the 25th of May, both things, okay? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the next thing is we're going to email your documents to you here in the next hour or so. And what you would do is review those documents, sign, okay, saying you understand it, and Dad will sign too, and email them back to us. Can you do that today?
Yes.
Ma'am,
Okay.
can you send that to my email also, just in case? Because yesterday when they tried to email it to her, something to her, it didn't go to her. It didn't go through.
What is your email, sir?
Coy, COY 2299 at yahoo.com.
Yes. And then you email it back to us with signatures and then call and make that $20 payment, okay?
Sounds good.
Now, to get things back to us, and everybody needs to know about this, you can email them or fax them in. If you send a hard copy, don't make that your only copy in case the mail system loses it. Please keep a copy for your records. In the event that you fax, email, mail it, however you send it to us, unless you bring it by physically, you need to call and make sure we received it. Because if we don't receive it, it's not here. And if it's not here, then you didn't fulfill your court order, okay? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you have any more questions, Ms. Morris?
No.
Okay, sir, do you have any more questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then I will remove you from the meeting and let you wait for those documents, get them to us. It'd be good to get them before noon.
That'll explain what she's got to do for the class or whatever.
Yes, there'll be a handout for the class. There'll be a handout for the essay. And in my experience, they're fairly self-explanatory, but if you find that you have questions, you're welcome to ask for another meeting like this one. We can go over it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So here's this one. Thank you. That was a good recommendation. This is on Bradshaw. And Miss Warren and Miss Scott, let me have y'all unmute. And if y'all could let me know.
Your Honor, there is a resolution to the case.
Okay.
Ms.
just a
Scott
real-
is going to do a deferred 90 days. She can pay today. No class.
Okay. All right, Miss Scott,
Yes, Your Honor.
you accept that. And so we will email that to your email today. And if you can just get that back to us today and call in or go online to do payment.
I
Okay,
can do that.
thank you.
Thank you. Am I excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She doesn't file a letter of representation on herself. The next person for Miss Warren is going to be Mr. Green, Cornelius Green. I need to make sure he's not still in a moving vehicle. He was not driving. But here's another thing, folks, when you're moving around a lot on a video, you're challenging your technology to the point where it will often fail. It's just not going to help you very much to do that. But we need to see you at least for this meeting if we can, because it's going to go a lot better if we do. So Mr. Green, I'm going to go ahead and send you an invitation to the breakout room, and Ms. Warren will meet you there. When you're done with that meeting, you're going to come back in here. Okay. All right, great. Just accept that invitation, Mr. Green, and head on over to that meeting. Now I'm going to move forward on my docket with the next case is Sylvia Ramirez. Let me get that file pulled up. Hi, Ms. Ramirez. Good morning.
Good morning.
Give me just a moment to get your file reviewed. It will only take me a moment. So I need to ask you a few questions, Ms. Ramirez. There is a case that is called driving while license invalid. We have a previous no contest plea on that case. The date of the offense was February 22nd of 2016. The case was set up to either be paid or worked off. I haven't looked yet, but it was not completed. The balance there is $553.67. And I'm just looking at your finances and looking at how we're going to satisfy the judgment. There's another case for an expired motor vehicle registration, and that's from that same time, February 22nd, 2016. A plea already entered, but with a balance of $429. And we have holds on the license and a warrant for non-completion of a court order. Could you raise your hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the information you're providing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. And let me ask you, are you the only adult in the home?
No, my two sons, Jeremy Ramirez, he's 21, and Robert Mades, he's 19. They were both working. They haven't worked in the last 2 months. One is about to go out of town to do fishing in Alaska to work in May. But that's the whole problem. I mean, I got off probation in September, never had any problems. My 5 years, I've been clean. I haven't had any police visitation, nothing. I mean, unless it's a neighborhood thing. but I have not had any problems or anything. And I would really like to get my license. And since I know that I cannot do any court sitting, which I've done for you in the past, but so I didn't know of one of them, since I've already pleaded, that I can't have one dismissed because it was my inspection sticker. I know the license.
No, we're not able to do that. It
That's
was a
fine.
registration, but I can't back up, 5 years.
That's
into-
what I'm saying. That's fine.
So, what I want to ask you is, first of all, did you go to jail at any point since you entered the plea on these cases?
No, I have not.
Okay. And, so right now you have bills but no income?
Yes, ma'am.
And the only income is the child support. Is it getting paid?
It is not. And I've been writing them once a week online to the chat. And with, I didn't know they were having Zoom. So I've, been all
Yeah.
over them
I
trying
have
to.
Ms. Ramirez, I have a few more questions. So
I'm
how
sorry.
are you currently being evicted? What's going on that you're, I don't see that you can pay your rent even.
Well, I had my stimulus, which I paid for 2 months. And I paid bills with my son's stimulus, he paid. So we're barely making it. He's mowing some lawns and stuff like that.
Are you disabled?
I'm filing for disability. I have severe depression. A lot of
Okay.
other things.
Are you getting food stamps?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is
Yeah,
that amount?
Right now they're doing the full benefit, so I think it's $7.60,
Okay.
but it's usually $5.
Okay. And how are your bills being paid, your electric bill and so forth?
Like I said, we did the last 2 months. We've saved and had the stimulus and paid. So like I said, right now is where I'm having some problems. It's just I'm trying to find something to do, but I can't move around a lot and have breathing problems, stuff like that.
Is Keith still in school?
Yes, but I think I'm about to take him out and let him get his GED.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to order community service.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have a list of places where you can go do the community service. They include the city. And if you work in the city, they don't have coverage if you are injured. So just be aware of that. And there's no privacy, to that activity. So just be aware of that. I need your signature on that form. And I need to give you your provider list. Can you get a signature to me today electronically?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. These are going to be due June 23rd.
Okay, now as I'm okay.
And we're going to, hold on, we're going to email it to you. And then the part that has the signature, I'll need that back. Okay. And we're going to give you a timesheet to keep track of your hours there and a list of guidelines to do. For example, I will not allow food stamps to be supplied for community service hours. I also can't take community service hours from a profit organization. It must be a nonprofit. That's all written down, but those are examples, and read those before you get started. Then there's a list of places that I know are friendly to the community service option, and I've listed those that I know about in the community. But I will take any nonprofit. My list is not exclusive. It's just that I know they don't mind those calls from the general public. So that's what you're going to receive. And then, what I would suggest is you want to get started right away, because that's not a giant number, 49 hours. I've given you triple credit up front, but it must be hour for hour. But what I will tell you is, the opportunities for volunteerism can be limited because places they have to have somebody supervise and so forth. So, get started so that you don't run out of time. If you can't get it done on time by the 23rd of June, you can come by or email in and apply for an extension of time, but you have to do that in writing and you have to follow up. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that?
No, I appreciate the time.
Yes, ma'am.
And I
Okay, we're gonna,
apologize for waiting, making you
yeah,
wait. I mean, it's been years. I apologize.
yeah. Well, here you are. We're gonna take you where you are, and I'll always do that.
I
But
know.
that highlights for everybody, just, it's a really good idea to stay on it. And Ms. Ramirez, from here forward, I'll expect you to.
Yes, ma'am.
But you're here now, and that's better than not being here today. So I just take people when they manage it. It's what I do, but it does create an impact, unfortunately, for you to not show up. I think we've already recalled your warrants, but I will double check that
Okay.
today. And I think we did that for the setting today. And I'll just confirm that before the hearing is out. But you're good to go. Just look at your email. If you don't get your paperwork in the next hour or so, give us a call and check on it. And when you email it back in, call and check on it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
I
thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
Mhm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Here we go on that one. And I'm just signing for the Scott case. We move that over to her. Looks like Ms. Warren is still working. That's good. And so I'm going to move to my next person, which will be Leticia Dunbar. Let me get your file pulled. Good morning, Ms. Dunbar. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. You?
I'm very well, thank you. And I'm just reviewing your file and just seeing what all I have and don't have yet. There is a plea entered on all three of your cases. We have a capias. And let me just review one more thing. What were we doing before that it defaulted into capias? Okay, we had a payment plan that got off track,
Yes, ma'am.
and it's in collections with holds on the license. Right now, I am showing that you do have the ability to pay this. Are you paid every 2 weeks?
Yes, ma'am.
What day?
It sometimes varies on Saturdays.
What day of the week are you paid?
On Saturdays.
Saturdays. And what's the range of your paycheck?
Um,
You said it varies. So
it can go from like either 400 or 900. Like it just depends on what I do.
Well, what I don't like to do is have you come in and bring all of your bank account statements, because it takes a lot of time. And here we are with a warrant. I'm hoping you'll come back and work on a resolution here.
Right.
So I tend to then take an average. Are you living with family?
Yes, ma'am. I'm living with a friend.
Okay. Because it looks like you have pretty reasonable,
Right.
very reasonable living expenses. That's good.
Yeah, I can do the payments or whatever. I'm just just trying to get back on track.
Yes. Okay. What's the maximum amount you could pay today towards your balance?
I could do 150 today. I get paid next week.
Okay. So 150 today, and then beginning next Saturday, not this Saturday, we would start with $75 every 2 weeks, okay?
Okay.
And that's the amount you proposed. I think that's fair. But I do need your signature on that today.
Okay.
And it's gonna say May 1st. It's gonna say May 3rd
Mhm.
to start payment because we aren't here on Saturdays.
Okay.
And I mean, you could pay it online, but we wouldn't receive it till Monday anyway.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do is send that to you, a payment plan, and you'll sign for it and get that over to us, sign it and send it back. And then make that first payment, and your warrants will be off at that point.
Okay.
And the holds on the license are gonna stay put though, until we're done. So if you decide you wanna speed that up and you're able, we're not gonna charge you interest or a penalty for that. We would
Okay.
just clear you. So if you wanna clear it earlier, by all means, okay?
Yeah, because I'm trying to get my license too, and that's like the main thing that's holding me back is these fines too. So
Right.
yeah, and how much was the whole amount again?
The hold amount is the whole amount, so that's 1519.
Oh, 1519.
1519.
Okay.
Yeah, because I put that hold, it literally takes sometimes years, but definitely 3 to 6 months before I do that.
Right.
And then once I do that, my position is I'm not releasing it till I know we're done because I don't, I've sent out more than 6 notices at that point. So
Right.
keep up with
Yes,
it.
sir.
And if it ever happens again, just come in, and if things happen that you can't anticipate, we know that. So, but we don't know what's happened to you. We just know that happens to people. So we
Yes,
can
ma'am.
work with you, but we can't work with you if you're not here. There's no way to
Right.
work with someone that we can't communicate with. So just, it's logical, but keep up, okay?
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. So that's just a payment plan, and she's going to sign for it, make a payment today, and we'll make sure her warrants are off today. Right there. And Miss Warren was working with Mr. Green, and I'm looking for him. I know he's somewhere around here. Maybe, there he is. Okay, Miss Warren, Mr. Green, Miss Warren, do we have a resolution, or are we moving toward trial?
Your Honor, Mr. Green has changed his plea to no contest. He
Okay,
does have an issue with paying the fine. He said that he has an affidavit of ability to pay on file.
he does. I will work with him on that, and we're just moving forward with the straight case, right? Straight hit?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Your next person, Miss Warren, is going to be Matthew Gainey. And Mr. Green, I'll be right with you. We'll address that issue about, the difficulty to make payment. And I'll work with you on that in just a quick moment. Just hold tight. Mr. Gainey, I'm going to send you that invitation. And if you'll move on to that room, we'll see you shortly. Okay. So, Mr. Green, I did receive your affidavit. Thank you. Are you still working with NetSpend?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you raise your right hand? Thank you. Do you swear or affirm that the information you've provided is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. What day of the week are you paid?
Every other Friday. So it'll be next.
Fridays. Okay. Thank you. And do you have children?
No.
Are you living with family?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you help your family with food?
Yes,
You didn't
yes.
put anything down there, so I didn't know. Okay, I'll put an allowance in there for that. Has anything changed since you filled out the application?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I am showing that you could make payment, and we would look at doing that. You said you're paid every other Friday, and next Friday is when that would need to begin.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you pay anything towards your balance today?
Yes, ma'am.
What can you pay today?
Uh, At least 100.
Okay. Do you need more than 30 days to complete payment?
Yes, just to be on the safe side. Yes.
Okay, there's a $15 fee that gets charged. So what I tell people is, if you think you might get it done in 30 days and you don't want to have that fee attached, I can just start with 30 days. And if you have a balance on the 30th day, you do need to make a further payment arrangement. Or if you know, yeah, it's definitely going to be more than 30 days, I can just set that up now with you. Which would you like to do?
What's the total balance again? 281 or
281 if it's paid within 30 days.
I could probably put a 100, maybe 125 today, and
Okay.
then I should be able to get it within the next 30. It shouldn't take that long to pay the 30 days. If I paid it, then I should be able to get it done within the 30 days.
Okay, if you're not, it's not like you've been denied. You would
Oh,
need to let us know that you're needing a payment plan.
okay.
So what I'll email to the email that we use to set this meeting up is a 30-day payment plan with $100 today or more. And you can pay on that as you see fit. The deadline will be on there too. So you'll know when we're counting that 30th day. Sometimes if it's on a weekend, it might be a little grace period. But that final date will be in there, and then you'll know. And then if you need more time, you just let a clerk know through the email. Hey, I do need to set this up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
So,
We'll email that to you. Just get it back to us today through your email signed off on, okay?
okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. He just wants, make a note of that payment today, but he just has 30 days to do payment. I'm going to keep moving forward, and let me get the phone number person back on. I have forgotten their name. Hello, on the phone. Are you there? Phone call person, are you there?
Yes, I'm Ronald Hatley, Hatley.
Hi, Mr. Hatley. You're close to being your turn, so let's see.
Yes, ma'am. This is the third time I've had to call. I'm not, and they keep telling me that to pull over and stop. I'm not driving. I'm on a landline. 27.
I haven't told you.
Okay.
Yeah, I was telling someone else to do that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I know you're on the phone. I told that to someone who was on the screen driving, and I could see
Yes,
them
ma'am.
steering their steering wheel, which
Yes,
is
ma'am.
kind of different. Mr. Hatley, we'll be with you shortly. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, in fact, you're next on the pretrial docket when Miss Warren returns, but I'm going to keep you on mute until then, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So I am moving to Mr. Lytle's case. Mr. Lytle, give me just a quick moment to get caught up on your file. Mr. Lytle, can you get your screen positioned where you're not moving around and sit down? Can you sit down, please?
Just a second.
Part of the skipping in and out with you is going to be because you're moving.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm having to work and do this at the same time. Okay.
Right, but I still,
Let me know.
I'm gonna need your attention while I talk to you, or I just can't.
Full attention.
Sorry? I think you're in
You got my full attention.
okay. I'm showing that you are pleading no contest to the insurance case and you're wanting a payment plan. I think it was a little unclear, but I can give you a payment plan. The balance on that is 281. Do you need more than 30 days to make payment? No, sorry, give me a moment. Did he have any kind of other case with this? Just an insurance case? Yeah. We have a memo on file for this. That case can be dismissed. It's the same day. No accident. Mr. Lytle, in reviewing your case, I'm able to go ahead and do a dismissal, actually. You qualify for dismissal. Okay? Can you hear me? I don't know. I can't really make your sound be better. I think it has to do with your connection. Maybe if I unmute you, mute you, and unmute you, it'll help. Can you hear me? Give me a call. I can't. Yeah, you're going to have to call us in. Call in. We can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay, well, he doesn't need to be online for that. Just making a note. We're good to dismiss that. Okay, let me see if I can connect. Ms. Warren, I'll be right with you. Okay, well, I don't know what happened, but.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good. I've dismissed that case, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I got your information.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
It's a compliance dismissal. Okay. Let's see. We've done the unreasonable noise charge with Mr. Gainey and Ms. Warren. Are we moving toward trial or toward a resolution?
Your Honor, we are moving towards resolution, but we need more time.
Okay.
So I have instructed Mr. Gainey that if the case is not resolved by his next court date, he does need to appear.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Warren. Your next person is Mr. Hatley. And Mr. Gainey, I'll be right with you.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Hatley is on the phone and he's had some trouble with the phone line. So please, we're just being very patient with him. He's really tried hard. Mr. Hatley, you're going to get a little like instruction to join the breakout room and talk to Ms. Warren. And she knows you're coming. So just click on that. And when you're done, you need to come back in here if you can. If not, call back in. He went on in. Thank you, Ms. Warren. Mr. Gainey?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next date is June 2nd at 3.
Yes.
If the case is pending, if it hasn't been dismissed that day, we'll see you here. If it has been dismissed, then you don't need to come in. So I would suggest the morning of or the day before, call us and check on it. And if it's not pending, if we've already gotten something done to resolve it, I don't know what that is because that's more in the lines of a private thing.
Yes.
Then get on up here, but just call and check on it right before, okay?
Yes, ma'am. That's not a problem.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gainey. I'm gonna go ahead and remove you unless you have any further questions.
No, that's it. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Just reminded of his date. We're good to go there. Mr. Gainey. And I'm moving forward to the Jalal Hill Charday Pleasant. Ms. Pleasant, good morning. I'm getting your file pulled up. Just give me a quick moment.
Good morning, Judge.
How are you this morning, ma'am?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you for asking. Just looking through here, most things have been resolved. We just have the single case.
Yes, ma'am.
There is a plea as well on file. Let me look, of guilty. And I'll accept your plea. For that insurance charge. Oh, sorry, it's already been entered. And the balance of 281, it does look like income right now is not going great. I'm sorry for that. I am looking, let's see, food stamps and rent and cell phones and children. You've got help a little bit. Hopefully you're getting the child support, but I am gonna, yes, ma'am, but I am gonna declare that you can do community service, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Which is the same difference, but results in the same outcome. And let me get your balance. Forgive me, have we done this before with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so 14 hours. Due date is not until May 25th.
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna email that over. We need one thing back from you, which is the signature on the waiver form.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you're good to go. And get it turned in on time or apply for an extension before your due date in order to clear your case, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Pleasant, thank you very much. You take care and be safe, okay?
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye. Here we go there. Thank you. All right, let me move forward. Ms. Bradshaw, let me get your case pulled up while you unmute. And I did actually have a chance to review beforehand. And I was able to read all your paperwork before we started court this morning. And so I'm just confirming you have pled no contest on all of the cases. Is this the one where I did a dismissal? However, I did find, even though you entered a plea or gave me a plea, I didn't enter it yet, on your insurance case, you provided insurance at the time of that stop. And I was able to go ahead, even though it's late, state law allows for a compliance dismissal on the insurance charge. So I went ahead and I've already signed that dismissal, okay? So moving forward on the other three charges, I entered your no contest plea, accepted your plea there, and we're moving forward then with, I have deemed that you could make payment. What can you pay today towards your balance?
$100.
Okay. And then what is a good time each month to collect? I would say $70 a month on your case.
The first and the third, between the first and the third.
Okay, which is what's best? No later than the third?
No later than the third.
Okay, and so we'll start the next payment beginning May 3rd. And what I'll need in order to make sure your warrants are completely off is your signature on the form first and foremost for payments. And then also that first payment today, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna send that over to you. The insurance case, once that's off, then your balance will be adjusted. That's gonna take a little under $500 off of there. And then we'll move forward with the rest, okay? That'll help a lot. And, but you qualified, so I always do that. And then moving forward, okay? So we'll email that over to you. You can get it back to us through email or fax.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, make sure that we got it so that you know your warrants are off, okay?
Will do.
And then you can call and make payment, or you can go online and make payment.
Okay, and I need to make the $100 payment today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay,
All right, have a good one.
you too, ma'am. Stay well. Let's see, Mr. Hatley may not have made it back in. He's been really good about just calling back. So is there anything that you can tell me?
Yes, Mr. Hadley is going to enter a plea of no contest. On a deferred, I didn't order a class because I believe that he has a inability to take it.
Sure.
But he did not know how to leave that room.
Yes.
So I was
yes.
just gonna let you give me instructions on what we should do.
Okay. So let me see if I can send him over here. It's not letting me do that today. That's fine. He's doing a deferred. And
Yes.
do you know or have a sense of his disability, because he checked that he's disabled?
Yes, he's elderly. I do know that. And so it may be in connection with that.
Okay. What I'm going to do is order the community service. I'll approve his deferred. It'll be 13 hours. I'm going to give him 60 days just in case, because I'm also willing to accept a doctor's note telling me if he can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll give, sometimes it takes a while to get in to see a doctor.
And so 13 hours, 60 days, possible doctor's note?
Yes. And then the
Okay.
whole deferred is 120 days
Okay.
and no class. But
Okay.
I will, do we have email for him? We don't, do we?
He did say that he can come by the court and sign his
Okay.
documents today before 4.
Okay, tell him, to come by, and that way a clerk can walk him through those documents.
Okay.
Okay, and then the doctor's note issue, I'll check that off.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
If you'll communicate with that to him, that would be helpful. I think
Okay.
you're done. I just want to double check.
Okay.
Just calling the name for Samuel Fleming, calling the name for Charles Woolfolk, and they're not here. So Ms. Warren, you've completed your docket for the day. Good luck to you. Hope you have a good day.
Okay. Thank you. You too, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll let you, I'm not going to remove you. I'll let you do that because you're going to talk to Mr. Hatley first.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Moving forward, let me talk to, let's see. Who do we have? Okay. I have Tony Bradshaw as next, but I don't see Tony Bradshaw. Am I missing you? I don't think so. I'll make a note of that in case she comes back. I have Miss Anderson. There you are. Thank you. Miss Anderson, I was able to review everything before court began today. I will say a couple of things. You entered a no contest plea on the stop sign charge.
Yes, ma'am.
But yes, was there an accident in that case?
No.
Okay, we didn't find an accident, did we? Okay, and so I will accept the no contest plea on that charge. And you have been on time. Have you been to a driver safety course in the last year for purposes of getting a ticket dismissed?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Are you interested in doing that, saving some money and keeping the item off your record?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if we did that, you pay the court costs alone, which I believe, let me confirm, are 134? 144. And we have your insurance, which I'll talk to you about in just a moment. And it does look like it's valid now and it's valid through September. So we already have that on file. Okay, we just
Okay.
put that in this file. And I think we have her ID already, her license. So we would just need the 144 from you today if we were able. And then you'd have a 90-day window to complete a course, get us your driving record officially that reflects that's not terribly legible, is it? It counts though. It'd be great to get a better looking copy, but so we can't really read your license. It would be great if we could just get you to email another copy of it or something.
Yes.
That would, our picture would be best because then it's all really, really clear.
Okay.
But if I could get that, I would like that because it's literally, it doesn't even, it's hard to read it.
Okay.
And I need the license to be clear. But so the 144, and then you get a 90-day window to bring back your course and your driving record. And we dismiss your ticket. The rest of the balance, which is a little bit over $100, gets waived and it's not on your record. You want to do that?
Ma'am,
Okay. Can you pay the 144 today?
would it be possible to pay it on Monday?
Yes, if you can sign for an extension today, then I can extend you to Monday, which I believe to be, let me double check the date, the 26th of April. Will that work?
Yes.
So sign for that today. That's critical. And by Monday, the 144 and your picture ID. And, we can do that electronically, or it's really good if you come by because they can explain everything to you. There's a lot of detail. But either way, I just need a signature today and then you can sign up on Monday. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that would keep that one off your record and save you some money. And then the insurance, I found that you qualify for a dismissal. So I'm able to dismiss that today.
Thank you, ma'am.
I believe that's correct. Yes, that is correct. But that's a special program we have. Please keep your insurance valid from here forward because you wouldn't qualify again anytime soon.
Okay.
Same day insurance is normally not acceptable, but it is in your case because we have a particular program that allows it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to email you that extension. And in the meantime, get ready for Monday. And on Monday, you're kind of back with us again to get signed up. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Are we clear? Just scan that insurance into both, make sure it's in both cases. And then I'm moving to Jonesy Skelton.
Yes, Your Honor.
Shelton, excuse me, I misspoke. Good morning, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. I have a guilty plea on a speeding charge from April 2nd and a request for teen court, which I'm inclined to grant. Have I understood you fully?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Teen court normally is going to require at least a class and a $20 teen court fee. Can you pay the teen court fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm just looking at my notes. I'm not seeing his speed on here, but y'all have it. It's 10 miles. Okay, just a class though?
Yes.
Okay. There's a class that you'll need to take at your own expense and get your class back to us within 30 days, which is May 25th. And then I would dismiss the charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what I need to do is collect your signature on your documents today. You can sign, you don't need a parent. Although if your parent is available, that's fine too. Can we get that done?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You're in Rogers. We can email it to you. If you can print it and scan it back or take a photo back over to us, we can do it that way. Can you get that done today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, without making a trip? And then you'd call in and make payment to the clerk.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
So once you get the documents in your email, print them out, read them, sign them, get them back to us and call in and make payment today, all today, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll send that to you shortly. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Just get it turned in on time and you'll gain that dismissal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shelton.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have someone talking there. Did they have questions?
Oh, it's my mother.
Of course.
Yes,
Be
ma'am.
sure to-
I was just wondering, so you will email him what he needs to do the teen court deal?
I will email him a document that shows him what he has to do. And then he has to sign off on it, get it back to us and pay a $20 fee today.
Okay.
And then it will also explain to him where to take the class and get back to us by May 25th. Okay?
Okay. Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So let's see. That is Mr. Shelton. And Kendall Yates is next. Miss Yates, thank you for patience, as with everybody here. Let me get your file pulled up. I did grant you driver safety course 2. We had to get it in by March 15th.
Yes, ma'am.
This is of 2020.
Yes, it was.
And we sent a show cause for April 1st. We needed both the class and the driving record.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
at that point, we entered a finding, right? She's been found guilty. Just reviewing your file. Give me a moment.
All right.
But then she wanted to speak to you, so
So,
it hasn't been put in.
Did we really not show cause her for a year?
I think we were supposed to put 21 on
When was it due? Y'all told me it was due last year. Is that right? No.
It was, no, she was
Her stop was
21.
October.
It was 21.
Okay.
315 and 21.
Okay. So I haven't taken action yet. Okay. Right. What we granted for you was a way to gain a dismissal.
Yes, ma'am.
So that process was you pay the ticket amount and you do an optional driver safety course and driving record. We sent that information to you. And then you get a driving record and a driving course to gain a dismissal. You don't have to do that, but you don't get the dismissal if you don't. And we gave you 90 days. So,
all right. I was just wondering if I could get an extension. I know it's like my deal was I understand that the balance is paid. I was just wanting it off of my record.
right.
But I didn't understand at the time that I thought once I got I had to pay half of the ticket. I thought that was it. I didn't understand that I still needed to driver safety because it
I'm getting that you didn't understand, although I'll tell you, we put it in writing. So, I mean, I can't give you a lot of time here because we're way over on it. And this was, It's been pending a little while. So what I'm going to tell you is I can give you 2 weeks to complete it and turn it in, which means you probably need to complete it online within the next, I would say, day or two. And your driving record, which you print off the DPS website. And we can send you that information, but we can't do it for you. You've got to get online and figure that stuff out. I can give you till May 6th to get it all turned in.
All right.
I need you to sign for that today. So we'll send you that information again.
Yes,
And,
ma'am.
if you don't understand it, you can call a clerk and see if they can help you. But ultimately, you have to take action, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
You
ma'am.
have your license, like a hard license?
I
don't
do.
need to- Okay, you're gonna need that hard license to order your driving record on the DPS website. But if you have that license and some sort of form of payment, that takes you maybe 15 minutes. And you can
Yes.
hit it, print it, and get it today. And
All
then your
right.
course is gonna be a 6-hour course. So you're gonna need to get started today. You
All
can
right.
finish it in a day or two, and then hopefully get your driving certificate and get it turned in May 6th. But I need your signature today, and then I need you to complete it, everything by May 6th, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll give you that chance. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm just gonna put that your due date is 5/6/21, okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Yates. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Okay, moving forward. I actually have this long, I looked at everything. I think your case is, let me make sure it's the case I'm thinking. Hold on one moment. Yeah, so here's the thing. This has been pending since February. It's a single case. It's 15 hours of community service. I'm just trying to sort out. I've given an extension before.
The only reason I haven't been able to complete my hours is because I am 19 weeks pregnant and it's extremely hard to get out of my house. My doctor is not even recommending me leave without my COVID vaccine. I'm waiting to get a vaccine scheduled to go get it.
Okay, I can't weigh in on what you should be doing there, but I didn't know any of that because you didn't put any of that down. Talk to your doctor about whether you should be doing community service. And if your doctor doesn't think that you should, then I need that in writing, okay?
It's not that she doesn't think I shouldn't be doing community service hours. She doesn't think I need to be around other people. And so I have my COVID vaccine.
Right, well, that might be a reason. So I can get that in writing, but I'll give you till the 25th of May either way, okay?
Okay.
What you do medically is your decision, okay? It's not the court's decision. I'll give you the extension, but I need to kind of see which way we're going by then. I might even give you another extension, but if it's just a repeated request and I don't know what's going on, I'm not so inclined to grant it without talking to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We'll send you a copy of that new due date.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Davis, hi.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm pretty good.
Good. All right, I did get a chance. I was able to review your files.
Yes, ma'am.
beforehand, so I am up to speed on your cases. I just want to Confirm, I got no contest pleas on all the balanced out cases.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then what, yeah, let me just kind of give you my review and
Yes,
tell you
ma'am.
what I need still from you. And then I will listen as well, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I promise to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
But I want to confirm we're on the same page. Yeah, and so I reviewed everything and I'll accept your pleas. I do have hold on your license renewal based on the old, nature of the cases.
Yes, ma'am.
I always ask people this. I have older cases that we've cleared with you. And then there's kind of a break in time. We didn't see you for a while. And then I've got, cases starting as far back that are still pending as, and there's a reason for why I'm saying all this. As far back as 2017 and coming up until 2019. And I just ask everybody this because it's a simple way to handle some of it. Have you had any jail time at all since then?
Yes, ma'am. I actually have.
Okay. Can you get me proof of that? Like, can I see it?
All I have here is just a certificate to show I completed my probation and that I'm a free man. I know I can probably go to Bell County court system and probably get, the exact dates of when I was.
Was it in Bell County?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Hold on. They actually let me look at their records.
Okay.
Because-
and also on the 19th, I did go and pay in person. I came up there to the courthouse and I did pay the $384 because I had 10 tickets, but now I have 9. And that's why Mrs. Norwood told me just to fill out the 9 papers instead of 10, because I did pay $384 earlier this week. And I am ready to pay $100 today as well.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And like I
hold on.
told Ms. Norwood, the main problem is I'm using up all my PTO hours because I do work HVAC. And my boss, I drive a company truck. And once he was notified of the warrants, he doesn't want me driving a company truck and then getting, the rest. So that's
we're
why
gonna get you back on square track with that in a second. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The warrants are simple.
Yeah, but I know the hold. My driver license expires this year on my birthday in November. So that's why I know I need a little more than 6 months, but I was going to pay it off right before my birthday, like Ms. Norwood gave me, because she told me if I pay it before, renewing will be simpler versus paying the reinstatement fees and, extra fees to get my license reinstated versus, clearing the hold and then getting it renewed before it expires.
Have you, and you need to kind of look do you know how to log in and look at your license status on DPS website?
Yes, ma'am. It's not suspended. It's just, I actually got the denial of renewal in the mail as well. That told me I have to pay this money before my birthday or I won't be able to renew my license.
That is correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see what kind of time credit I can give you towards this balance before we talk about a payment plan, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, Roderick. Date of birth is going to be 11/11/95 or 90. There he was.
Yeah, I wish I was still 25.
Yeah, that's him. Okay. His most recent is 2017. Okay. And okay, you were at Bell County for 15 days in 2017.
Yes, man. That was a part of my work release with my probation. I had to turn myself in.
Okay, that's
Yes.
fine. So that's gonna let me look at your. Everything I have starts after that. So I don't see any time credit that I can give you. Let me make sure January was when he did that turn in. So Yeah, your closest in time ticket to that wasn't even issued when that happened.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
can't count it. I was hoping I could count it. Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to see if I could give you some kind of break. Because I am showing that you do have the ability to pay, which is a good thing. It's just, it's a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, I did let Ms. Norwood know. I received my email from the IRS. My taxes and stimulus is being mailed out tomorrow on the 23rd. So I told her I would be able to, because just like I just last week I had some extra money. I did pay off one of them. I paid $384 on the 19th.
Yes,
and
sir.
I could, and she told me whenever I have extra money, I could just go in downtown and pay because it will be paid off by my birthday. I just know I need a little more than that 6 months. But I know I have to have it done by my birthday or I'm not going to be able to work anyway.
Okay. So you feel like you need 6 or 7 months? Is my hearing you right?
Yes, ma'am. Really, honestly, just to my birthday, I just know that was past the 6 months mark. That's why I had to see you to go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So if I put you on a 6-month payment plan for this balance, you might pay it sooner. Do you need more than that 6 months?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 7?
And yes, I believe 7 months will be right at November. I believe 7 months will be right in November.
That's true.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Well, I'm just going to divide it up into 6 months evenly. And then if you get ahead of that because you're able to, that's just better for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Would that work for you?
Yes, ma'am. Do you know what those payments will be a month?
Yes. $640.
Ooh. Wait.
Let me talk to you a little bit differently about this.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
the thing is, if you pay it down with like your IRS stuff, like if I gave you 10 months, that'll make your payments no more than $381. Okay. I could do like $380 a month. And then, if you pay it down, it's just going to whittle it down faster.
And yeah, that's what she was telling me. She
You'll
was
get
like,
ahead of it.
so I didn't have as big of payments. Could I do like 12 months and just pay it off by 7 months?
Sure.
So the payments, because I know for the next month or two, I might not be able to pay that much, but I know once I catch up on my bills and stuff, then I'll be able to give you guys a lump sum and then knock that whole range down. Because that's why I paid the $384 before I seen you, because I wanted that total to be less as possible. And I still can pay $100 today as well.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Each month, can you pay $200 at least?
I put on there I could pay $250 at least.
Okay.
But I know I'll be able to pay more than that, in certain months and stuff. You know what I mean? Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
So when we're going to do 100 today, and then 250 is the next payment. What day in May is that going to be done?
I get paid every 2 weeks on Fridays. So just one of those Fridays.
How about this? I've got a better idea. Let's do $125 every 2 weeks. And are you paid tomorrow or the next Friday?
Oh, I actually get paid tomorrow.
Okay. I'll wait till the 7th of May, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow. And we'll start $125 every 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's $250 basically a month. It's a little bit more over some months and so forth. But every 2 weeks when you get paid, you're going to pay us $125 as a minimum.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll just keep you out of warrant. And then if you put more on it, it just lowers the amount of time it takes to get.
Yeah, and that's what she was telling me. Like sometimes if I come in with 300 and have 50 extra or whatever I can, just to dwindle it down, because my mom's getting on my butt about by my birthday, I have to have it done. Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
So I would like it if you're able to come by. Let me recall your warrants today with a $100 payment.
Yes, ma'am.
And can you come by and sign all of this?
Yes, ma'am. I actually can come by now.
Okay.
And earlier I was on the way to the courthouse, but when they sent me that wrong link, I was kind of stressing. So
yeah,
I
I
didn't
could
want
tell
to
you
get
were
marked.
stressed, but
Yeah,
you've been trying.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. So that's why I was actually on my way up there. But then when she sent me the correct link, I kind of turned around. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No,
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
fine. Listen, we want to work with you.
Yes, ma'am.
I've had too many things lately where people get online and they're doing things they would never do in a courtroom, and they're doing things that they should not be doing. And I've
Yes,
just
ma'am. Absolutely.
kind of hard nosed about it, because if you don't, then we're just sliding backwards into.
Yes, ma'am. Be on court all day long.
Well,
Yes,
and people
ma'am.
are, picking their nose on the screen, and we just don't want to watch that.
Yes, ma'am.
I had a
Absolutely.
guy do that recently.
Wow.
I had a guy take some of his clothes off to change. He forgot and just started changing.
Oh, wow. That's
So you
no.
just have to remind people, like, you're in a place,
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
you think
Absolutely.
you're in your home, but you're not, you're here. So
Yes.
it's a little weird,
Yes, ma'am.
So I've just gotten strict, and I didn't mean to vent in a weird way to you. I just was like, the last thing I want to do is have everybody watch you have an accident on screen.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, ma'am.
so listen, just take a deep breath, because we're always going to work with you. Just stay reasonable. We'll stay reasonable. Reasonable people can usually agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Even if they
Absolutely.
disagree, they can
And
usually.
I had a question. Will my warrants be lifted immediately, or
Yeah.
will it be tomorrow? Okay, great. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're fine. Don't worry about them. Let's just get you on the right track today.
Yes, ma'am. I can actually head that way now if you would like, with the $100 payment. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. And listen, good luck. It sounds like you're starting to pull up hard in your life. That's a great thing.
Thank you, ma'am. And it really feels good to hear that. And I finally became a free man and got off probation. I'm just doing the right thing, so it feels good.
Stay
to
on
be
the
told
track.
I'm good. Yes,
Stay on
ma'am.
the path, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. We are going to